everybody. Mark Hanna here, Hot Thunder. We're taking a look at this real-time tactics game, Regiments by Microprose. It's been out a couple of years, and it's not a real-time strategy game. You're not building your own base. What you're given is a bevy of units. You can look down here and see what I have deployed here. This is the stuff that I've got. It tells you your supply points and things like that. But what I really want to do is zoom in real quick and just show you the graphics here of these units. They're all pretty good, really. I'm pretty happy with this game when it comes to the graphical part. We'll be rating each one of these segments for viability as far as I'm concerned. These are anti-tank guided missiles, the Jaguars here. You can see here what they do. Actually, my pictures above what they say they do. But you can scroll over here, max speed, long range, stealthy armor. Pretty nice units, really. You can see they've already shot. This is actually I paused it in the middle of a battle. Over here you can see I've deployed forward in this woods line. You can go right in. Look at this. It's pretty cool, really. Of course, once you're doing this in real time, you don't have time to do the overview of how beautiful everything is or whatever. But you can see the infantry's been deployed. They're in foxholes, slit trenches. They have the dug in. I guess these are called martyrs, and so they have they're not too bad. I think they have anti-tank guided missiles. You can see they're shooting off here some stuff, or somebody is. But one of them's got a hit. Looks like the incoming fire might be from these. Yeah, look at these. These are some Russian attack helicopters, or actually, won't let me zoom in on them. Okay, they're not quite visible yet. You can see we don't have a lot of information on what they look like, but they've put out their. You can see all these dots. That's actually the flares that they're sending out to prevent a Gepard or something that's got rockets that will take it out. I have a Gepard over here. It's not the one that's shooting, though. It must be some of these other ones. Here's my Gepard from my forces. So it's going to be something that's friendly over here, that's shooting at them. So anyway, I mean, it's kind of fun to look at the graphics of this game. I will give this a pretty high remark, or score. Let's take a look at the scoring criteria. So we've got different categories here that we're going to look at. The technical performance of the game, the gameplay and the mechanics, the story, the world and the narrative of the game, audio and visuals, content, replayability and value, and then some subjective factors. So, I can't say that this was hard to generate, this particular list of criteria to look at. AI does a wonderful job coming up with stuff like this. So I'm using this as a basis for this. So let's take a look at some of these real quick. Stability. So I'm going to copy this. Stability's fine. Let's see, the optimization, frame rate and stuff, I've had no problem with that. Let's see. Settings and customization, graphical options, field of view, sliders, remappable controls. It probably has some of this stuff. I don't think it's going to be bad. I don't really need to customize it, but I'm not a fanatic like some of these guys that go in there and make sure their settings are exactly what they want. I am going to assume that this is fine. Okay. Control scheme. I has a good UI. I'm going to show you that. The unit interface here. Like, look at this. Okay. This is one of my scout car platoons. I'll try to see this a little bit better. My stupid picture is always in the way. But you can look at this. Reconnaissance platoons move faster, see further, and hide better. So you can actually turn the hold fire button on so that this thing doesn't fire. Usually these things will fire in self-protection if you don't put that on. And then it'll move in carefully and scout and detect stuff. And when it first detects the enemy, looks like these are detected. It might not be from a scout car, actually, but you can see we have some information that there's something here that we're not going to like, and there's the general location of it, but we don't know what they are. But as soon as it becomes more resolved, like this one, you can see those MIGs are there. I think there's usually a better graphical image of them than that. Let's space this and take a look at them. Look how they're sliding sideways. Quite cool, isn't it? The action is very cool. The sound of the action is very good. The user interface is easy. Here's my Jaguar, so I can fast move by hitting F. You can reverse move to get out of trouble, but stay in the combat. If you want to get the hell out of dodge, you can hit Q, the Q button twice, bing, bing. They'll fire smoke grenades, and they'll disappear off the map and go back to base and refit, and then you can buy them back and bring them in again. So I'm not so sure how realistic that is. It's like a gamey kind of gimmick, but it's certainly fun. Okay, so here we go. All these guys are set up. Actually, there's a Lars here. So that's quite a nice unit. This is the MLRS, saturating a wide area with a wide variety of munitions. So, for example, I probably might take this Lars, and order an artillery strike in this area because these guys are threatening me. Bam. Okay. And if we go, and that's very simple, isn't it? So if you go in here, then we can see Jaguars firing. So they didn't like that, so they're coming forward and trying to launch the attack. Now, in the meantime, while I've been enjoying the cinematography here, of course my units might be getting damaged. So right now, though, these guys are okay, but they're experiencing some suppression, and they've used up 20% of their ammo. So you can keep track of all this. It's all pretty easy to do. I would give the user interface a really high score for this game. It's not as complicated as some other games. Let's go ahead and paste in a new check mark. Okay, so continuing on, the gameplay and the mechanics of this game. Okay, so is the gameplay engaging, rewarding, or repetitive? So I find in general it's rewarding. Now it can get somewhat repetitive because you are sort of moving the same kinds of vehicles from the same set of units all over the place. But there are different missions. Like the last mission, I had to guard some supply columns. The other mission, I had to do a raid and then get back out of there. So yeah, I'd have to give it this kind of rating very high. Let's give that a check mark. Balance and difficulty. I'm just playing this on regular difficulty. Is the game too easy, too hard? I think there's a learning curve here, but I don't think it's as bad as something like Warno or Steel Division 2, which requires a lot of effort to learn how to play. So I like this because the learning curve is light. But other gamers may not find it sufficiently taxing for their abilities, especially if they're quite used to playing Steel Division 2 or Warno. Some of those real-time tactics games are very, very good for that. So, innovation, does it bring new ideas to the genre? Kind of neutral on this. Since it's neutral, maybe I should give it an X. I don't think it's like state of the art in terms of innovation. I think there's some new ideas, but you know, it's hard for me to say compared to some of these other games that are out there that are quite complex. I don't think it does it. But I mean, it did have a DLC. I did get the DLC. I'm not showing that now. I probably have to get out of this mode. But you can do different missions than the ones that you've been assigned. So it's pretty good. All right, accessibility. Can't give you an answer on that. I don't actually, for lucky for me, I don't really concern myself with the accessibility factor. Um, for people who are colorblind, though, I imagine that some of these colors sort of blend in together. These forests and this brown and green stuff just kind of looks like one big blah to someone who's sort of brown colorblind, brown and green and red. It might not be the best experience for them on that. Okay, so moving on. Story, world, and narrative. All right. So, real-time tactics game, these plots and characterizations are usually somewhat choppy. They give you some, oh, you need to go and clear out sector XYZ, or you need to stop the counterattack, or whatever. But it's a tactical war game. I mean, you know, it's kill or be killed, really. You're not going to have a big storyline here for this. You know, there's no character development, though. I mean, if you want to play a game for that, this is not it. So we'll put an X for that, but I don't care about that. Is the setting immersive and consistent? I would say yes. Absolutely. Let's give that a check mark. Copy that. It's definitely pretty immersive. You can go in and check out and see what's going on. You can change the speed of things. And the world, it looks very consistent to me. Okay. It is a bit repetitive, though. And if you go in here and you zoom in on the city here, all right, it looks pretty good. But then you'll see, well, wait a minute. This house looks the same as this house with the same car in it. See? Right there and right there. So, you know, don't come in here for ultra detailed, great graphics and stuff. But it's adequate to the task. You know, you have an orchard here, which is a park. You have a lake over here. And all these terrain features do something. You can press the C key, for example. Let's do it over here. And it'll show you the line of sight and the range from things. So if you know the range of your guns, you can find out what you can see with this detector. Now, it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what these blotches mean. I guess that if it's blotched, you can't see it, and if it's not blotched, you can see it. So it's a little omniscient. It may not be appropriate that you should be able to check line of sight from an area that you don't have your units in. Okay, but it's a useful tool, and it's easy to play. You just press the C, and it comes on. You can move it around, everything like that. So, user interface is great. The immersion factor is pretty good. Again, as I mentioned to you, there's a DLC which allows all sorts of different nations to be playing. It's 1985, you know, Gorbachev/Reagan type of conflict, outbreak of the Cold War situation. In fact, this particular scenario is interesting because it starts off here with actually a rebellion by some of the West Germans, apparently, who want to become part of communist Germany. There you go. So it's an unusual thing. So you got to try to suppress it. The Americans and the West Germans that are loyal are trying to suppress it. So decent storyline for sure. Okay. Do player choices matter? Oh yeah. I mean, this is a tactical game, right? Player choices really matter in this. Okay, there's no question about it. Audio and visuals. Okay, so the graphic and art style, we talked about the repetitive look of the art style and the graphics, but it does fit the game. It looks like those 1985 kind of look and feel. And if you're zoomed out way on the battlefield, which you often are because you got to be paying attention to where you're detecting the enemy. You've got these radars. You can see these red dots over here show you that the enemy's up here and the enemy's in orange, so it's easy to distinguish. Yeah, I mean, so way in, way out, you know, it's fine. You go in for a lot of extra detail here, which you can do, and you can see, well, this thing is a farm, I guess. But it doesn't look like it has enough land for a farm, so it's a little incongruous. Here, I guess there's a bunch of storage areas. You've got some business type buildings here. So it's got a variety of terrain. It's absolutely fine for what it does. Absolutely fine. All right, so we're going to give that a nice check mark. Now, the sound and design and the music, I like it. I'm not a big fan of downloading extra music for these games. Sometimes you can buy these DLCs to get the soundtrack for all the different things. And some people are into that. I'm not that fussed with it. I'd probably like it if I did it. Move that over. There we go. All right. Content, repayability, and value. Was the price justified? I'm trying to remember what I paid for this. Let's go onto Steam here. And we'll go into the store and we'll see what the current price is for this. I'm pretty sure I got it on. I usually don't buy games at full price. Here's Regiments on Steam, 23. I think I paid something like half price or something. So there's no sale on right now. I don't need to get the first cut of these games. This game is probably a couple years old by now. And I did buy it a while back when it was pretty new, but I definitely bought it on sale. But, you know, anything over less than 20 pounds, that's reasonable, okay, for me. So, price is justified. How long is the game? There's just there are plenty of things you can do. It's, length is not an issue. You can do different skirmishes. You can do different things. It's a tactical sandbox in many ways. Multiplayer, modding, replay value. I can't tell you. I mean, I haven't played the game that much to evaluate how the mods are and what the modding community is like. But it's fine. And the user interface we already talked about. So we'll give that a nice check mark. So far it's looking green. Now, finally, subjective factors. My perspective on this game. Does the reviewer enjoy this genre? Yes. I do like tactical games. I'm a big ASL player. I play these games decently. I've been playing ASL for 30 years now. And I'm in the top 100 players of the game. Competitive play. I fluctuate up and down around that number. So I enjoy this one. This is quite fun. It's very exciting when you try to put it on full speed and not stop. Don't allow yourself to stop. I learned at one point from one of these guys, he said, you know, if you want to learn these kind of real-time tactical games and tactical battles like that, like in Warhammer, you know, 1, 2, or 3 Total War Warhammer, or Steel Division, or anything like that, you never want to use the pause button. The pause button is basically something you become addicted to, and then you're not playing very well. So go in at full speed. Pause every now and then if you think it's necessary to reissue some commands, but don't stick around in there. Play it at full speed. Take it in the chops. Learn what you did wrong. Play the scenario over. The game is very easy to work with in that context. So, but if you don't like tactical games, don't play this. Okay? I do. First impressions versus full playthrough. A good review should indicate how much of the game was actually played. All right. Well, as you know, I've got several videos, and I've played I played about 3 of the 10 scenarios that come with the game, and I haven't even broken into the DLC. So my review does not include probably enough content for that. So I'll probably have to this is giving myself an X for incompleteness. But I'm ready to move on to a different game. Unfortunately, I don't want to continue to play this like a fanatic, do 100 videos on it. I'm not getting the traction on this. There's other video games that I've done, like Hex of Steel. I don't really get it. It's not that great of a game in terms of realism, but it's a real classic similar to Panzer Corps, and people love it. And they love my playthroughs, whether they're about Napoleon as a DLC or just playing Kursk. I mean, that game has some traction and visibility and views. This one does not. I wonder if I was playing Steel Division or Warno, if that would change. But I haven't made that investment yet. Well, actually, I do have Steel Division 2, so I could do that one next. Okay. Transparency. Am I honest here? Well, let's see. I didn't notice any bugs that were something that stuck in my mind. I'm sure there might have been some kind of visual flaw or something like that. And I did not play this game in early access. So I would say this review is pretty transparent. I'm going to give this a check mark here. And as far as a final verdict and recommendation, as a learning game, it's really good. I would say that if you like learning games, this is to me a sort of a stepping stone game. It's a entry game into the real-time tactical simulation genre. The real-time tactical genre has a really steep learning curve. I mean, it's you got to go in, you got to create your formations, you got to create them from scratch, or you download them from somebody who spent all the time putting together these formations. You got to spend the right amount of points, you got to have the right amount of balance. This game provides you all of that in a context where you don't necessarily get to create your own force pool in the initial conditional battles, but at least you've got something to work with. So I think it's in some ways an entry level game to real time tactics, and there's still a lot of fun for me to be had on this. I would definitely. I'm going to give it. Hey, what happened here? Why are you up there? Let me give it 3 of these. 3 out of 5. I'll give it 4. I think at some point, most people who play a lot of these tactical games would not give it such a high rating because it's a little bit too easy. But I highly recommend it. It's not expensive, and if you want to get into real-time tactics games that are real-time, not turn-based, and show you these long ranges and the deadliness of combat in 1985 and the sheer scope of time where things can happen, good and bad, this is a real winner. A real winner. So buy it, take it. Thanks for listening. Mark Hanna here, Hot Thunder, psychologically immune from social media control, as you should be too. So use your discernment, use your reasoning. Don't get emotional when you make an assessment of things. And, you know, that's me calling the pot calling the kettle black, because I definitely can do that. We all do. It's human. But if you're going to make a valid assessment of situation, politics, games, life, enlightenment, anything like that, you need to be in a state of rational mind. So don't be controlled socially by anybody else. All right. That's very important. So this was more or less unscripted, uncensored so far. We'll put it up on YouTube and see what happens. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and take care. All right, we're starting to record this Regiments thing. We're going to get this over with here. These operations I've got going. And then I want to do a review of this game. I can see my viewership is very little interest in this game, so we'll just put an end to it and move on. But it's a good game. I do want to make a review of it, though, as it does get a bit repetitive here. So we're going to do Phase 5, 1600, 7th of June in the Valley. Okay, I've got a 401 operational utility points. That's pretty good. But I have a lot of repairs to do. These leopards, I really took it on the chin near the end there. Look at that. Let's see. The Jaguars are really a good unit. These MLSs, I'm not sure about them because they seem to be very fragile. They get hammered by our counter battery artillery. HQ is good. Got that back. This mobile. Yeah, I like to have the mobile artillery with me. The air support is good, and supplies I will need. Okay, that leaves me 170 operational authority left. What do I want? Well, perhaps I need more tactical support. This will speed up my artillery and air attacks, perhaps. Let's get some more of that. And I might as well get 5 out of 10. That leaves me with only 20 points left. I can't buy any more. So let's go to the events now. Okay, and I'm going to pause and make sure that I have good audio at the moment. Here we go. Oh, this is very annoying. Here we go. Get over to regiments. All right. So, select the event. Looks like we have new events here. Phase lasts for 5 more minutes. I think I don't want that. Supply platoons cannot be deployed. I don't want that. Phase lasts for 5 minutes less. Yeah, maybe that's the one I want to play here. Extra recon tac aid. Oh yeah, I'll take that. Why not? All right, let's go. Blind Guard Phase 5 in the Uslar Valley. I think one of the things about this game is you feel a little bit detached from how this pertains to something that's real. And when you do play the game, I'll probably pause this one a lot to show some screenshots and things as I zoom in, just to get a better feel for the game, because it's really hard to play at full speed and get a good feel for what's going on. Okay, so let's, here we go. Okay, deployment mode. Wow, look at this. Withdrawing allied units will arrive here. Victory point. Protect convoys. Wow, this looks really complicated. All right, let's proceed. Not sure what to proceed with. And we'll proceed here. Okay. So it's showing me the convoy path. Okay. Victory points will be granted for each unit that successfully reaches the exit. All right. It looks like I can deploy in a lot of different sections here. Let's see this thing. It's like, how does this particular scenario relate in any way to the last one that I played? I'm not quite sure. I don't know exactly which one it said the convoy comes in on. All right, let's start. Let's put a Luke's. Okay, well, looks like I can only come in down here, even though. So there's a deployment area. Okay. Well, I suppose we should have a recon unit go that way, and one this way, and then we'll bring some leopards on here, and another batch of leopards here. Let's bring in the Gepards. We should bring in the Jaguars as well. And the Lars. Okay. The Martyr Platoon, I think I'm down to 25. That's all I can do. Okay, so I'm going to confirm this. All right, so are you sure you want to proceed? All right, so we'll just zoom in to take a look at some of these things. So here you can see what the looks like close up. A lot of good detail on that, I would say. Looks pretty realistic. Let's move over here. The leopards look like this. And, you know, I find that, oh, look at that. I mean, you've got turrets, antennae. Very good. Okay, so what's this one? I'm not sure what that is. That's the Lars. So you can see those are rocket launchers there for indirect fire. Oh, I didn't bring in my supplies. I'm going to need that. A lot of times you want to keep the supplies near the artillery batteries here. Okay, so playing this a little bit slower than previous ones, but I'm going to try to keep it up to speed, but I can deploy first. So let's get this guy on the way and making sure that he... where's the other one? He's going to go this way and not fire. I want to put him at the edge of that. All right, and then the leopards. What do we have here? That's funny looking, isn't it? Just some kind of different field, apparently. Well, that looks like a good place to go. We'll send them there. We'll send another leopard there. We'll send the Jaguars in the middle along with the Gepard and an aircraft unit. The Lars will also go in the middle. Okay, let's start the game here. So we got full speed going on at the moment. I've got smoke, got artillery strike, and an area recon. Let's do an area recon. I'd like to see maybe what's over here. Got nothing. Okay, so they're not coming in there yet. Alright, no problem. Quite sedate at the moment. I don't know where these convoys are. Are these the convoys? Oh yeah, here comes a convoy. Okay. So I need to get those convoys to the exit point. Maybe I need to speed up this guy. Let's move him faster up that way. Move him faster up that way. Move him faster up that way. And let's move him a little more slowly that way. Okay. Then we've got these Gepards, Jaguars, and Lars. Supplies. How much are they worth? Does it tell me how many? Here they come. So here's the supply trucks. Here's a problem with the game. They should be on the road, right? They're like, why aren't they on the road? I think they're supposed to be on the road. Okay, well, we're proceeding apace. Where's my looks? Those guys are coming in over there, so let's speed up. Because it looks like if he's coming in right here, they might be coming over this direction. Where's another way they can come in? Is that the only place they can come in? No, there's another one there. Okay. So let's send the recon over that way. Where's the looks? Okay. Send them up here to the hill. Something's under attack. Okay. That's under attack, but I can't see what's attacking it. Ah, alright. Some blasting going on here. There's a T-64. Alright, we can't have that coming in. Okay. Gotta send a Panther over that way. Panther? I mean a leopard. Where are my leopards? Alright, boys. We need to get up here. Pronto. Okay, we got those supplies. More supplies are coming through. Okay. Let's see, we're hitting that with artillery. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. I'm going to pause it here. So here's what I'm firing at. Oh, look, one tank is blown up. These other ones are sitting here. Looks like, I don't know if they were dug in or if they moved here. But to me, it looks like they've been set up in an ambush position. Not seeing anything else over here so far. So you can see a couple. Here's another supply convoy coming in off the road. Okay, a little bit of a design problem with the game. This isn't the only tactical game that has that problem, though. There's a couple of other ones that have the same problem. All right, well, these guys looks like they're flying in here. I think they have to get off here before he gets some points. All right, let's continue. boy, they're taking those guys on. Okay. Yeah, okay. So I need to do something about that. Here comes my leopards. Let's smoke this. This looks is not seeing anything over here yet. Let's move it up to there. My other looks, where are you?
Zone lost.
Zone lost. Well, who cares? Alright. We don't care about zones, we care about convoys. The first batch of convoys is through. Uh-oh. Alright, let's take a look at this. Alright, this looks... will not move. Okay, so we got leopard here. Let's move it up. Okay, I got a looks on the hill. That's right. And he doesn't seem to be seeing much of anything up there. So I think I'll move him to the edge of that. Okay, let's continue. We need to get these guys up here. There's a lot going on here. How are these supplies doing? Looks like I lost the supply truck. Alright. I've got an artillery strike again. Let's see if I can see. Oh, here we go. Artillery strike right in here. So attack that. Attack that. Get the Lars attacking. Let's see. Jaguar and Gephardt moving up. Jaguar can attack also. Let's fire some smoke over in here. Yeah, we're blowing them up. Check it out. Let's do that. Let's attack that thing. Jaguar. These leopards are in good shape. Attack that. Supply trucks are getting through. Come on, supply. Alright. Good. I think we stopped that attack. Alright, let's stop him moving. Let's stop him moving. Get the Jaguar. Oh, the Jaguar's shooting over there. Oh, we got an attack coming in over here. Let's smoke this. And Lars will attack that. Okay, too bad I don't speak German. Jaguars, how are we doing on ammo? Okay. Where's my Gephardt? Gephardt over here. I've got some Pines coming in over here. Are any of these supply convoys there yet? It's a long way. They're almost there. Okay. Still don't have any points left to bring something on. Better stop that. I don't want my Gephardt taken out. I guess I can line of sights here. Can't see that.
Lost.
He's coming in. Let's attack that. Okay. We're getting some guys off here. Where are they? Oh, they're not there yet. It's a long and winding road, isn't it? Got another artillery strike. Oh, look. Looks like I'm suppressing that. Let's get the Gepard attacking that. Leopard here. Main ammo. I'm still good. Stop that. Jaguar, stop that. Gepard. Attack that. Looks like he's getting out of there. Okay. Got some artillery. Looks like it coming from here. Let's blast that. Alright. How many more of these supply convoys do I have? There's not many left. Did some of them get through? Supply convoys. Come on, convoys. Those guys are almost there. Okay. I'm not seeing anything here at the moment. Looks like we stopped their attacks pretty harshly. Let's do a recon. I'm a little just, I don't know. Right here. 3, 2, 1, nothing. Okay. Oh, I even found something. Okay. Alright, this...
Zone lost.
Good, taking fire. Getting suppressed. I don't think they can handle this. Let's smoke those guys. Can I have smoke? How are we doing? I lost one. Let's get him out of there. Do we have any more convoys coming? I don't even know if these are part of the convoys or not. Okay, I got more victory points now. That's good. Alright. Maybe these guys are part of the convoy too. Alright, well, cool. Alright, let's see. What else is happening? I'm losing zones. Where's my other leopards? Here. What's their... I'm gonna go over to here. This looks... Can't see enough. Where's my other looks? Okay. What can I bring in? Supplies to my Lars. Oh. I got around me. Let's see what else can I have. I can bring my bring these in again. Let's bring them in fast. It looks like I'm gonna need them up there quickly. Okay, I have 50 points left. What else can I bring in? Martyrs, no. Nothing else can come in at the moment. Okay. Let's get ready for an artillery strike. Okay, there's my Jaguars. Let's get part. Too far forward. Get him back. Artillery strike right here. think my Gepards are in trouble. They're gone. They are gone. Alright, Jaguars. Let's see, where's my Leopards? Not easy to flip from unit to unit in this game. There must be a way to do it. Okay, I got these Leopards. They're coming in. I got another set of Leopards up here. I might be a little bit out of position here. Taking a look around, looking... Oh! Yeah, we got problems here. We need to move these guys fast to here. And... let's see, let's see. Oh, he's in the city. Okay, he's in the city. That's not good. Yeah, we need to get these guys over here. We'll attack this. Right, where's the other Leopard? It's easy to lose track of stuff here because you can't really see everything. Oh, look, there's the other Leopard. Go to there. The supplies will...
Zone lost.
Okay,
5 minutes remaining.
Well, we got a lot of points so far. Looks like a lot of points. We got a lot going on here. Attack. Attack. Right, stop and attack. Jaguars wiped out. A strong point that they've got here. Let's smoke it. Oh crap, I got T-80s on my ass. Okay, these Leopards better run. Up, they're gone. This guy needs to run backwards. Alright, what up? What can I bring in? The Martyrs. Come on in, Martyrs. Here we go. Okay, we got these Leopards. They can move up. Okay, this whole area has been lost, essentially. I don't know if I'll be able to save anything else here. Hopefully all these guys count. I'm at 204 points. Not much time left anyway. I think we did what we could. Took heavier casualties than I wanted to, than I would have wanted to. See what else is coming off. I think, let's see if this counts for points here. Looks like most of the attacks are finished here. We can bring some things on.
Zone lost.
Bring on another Luke's. Bring on the Jaguars. Have an artillery strike. Let's do it. I think I just lost my supply convoy because I wasn't paying attention. Let's move that guy to there. Let's move them to there. Deploy them. Only got 2 minutes left, so I need to just stop these guys from going off. Let's see, does this count for points? Yes, it does. I think that's all the points I'm going to get, though, at this point. I think that's it. Nothing else is trying to come through. I had an artillery strike. How much longer? 14. Pointing the wrong way.
1 minute remaining.
Let's deploy these guys. Let's go in here and we'll watch them deploy. Oop. They're deployed now and they're digging in. Anti-tank guided missiles going in on the T-80s. Very exciting here. Let's do an artillery strike in the middle of that town. Too many losses. Let's put the Jaguars up. 5 seconds left. Okay, victory points 219. Objectives controlled. Losses after action report. Let's see what happens here. There's another phase after this. Oh, I thought perhaps this was over. All right, next phase. One more phase to end this. Okay, well, I'm not going to continue this. But you get it. I have got a really good feel for this game. I could really see how much fun it can be. And I'll do a review of this game here after this. So thanks for watching. Here we go. Ending this commentary.